Scarce, but what needs to be done to fix it all? That's what we'll be looking at over the next 2 days. And tonight I talk with everyday people about how they've been affected by what's happening and what they see as solutions. How many of you are deeply concerned about the state of the economy? Raise your hands. We recruited this group on Facebook and Twitter and invited them to the 7 Live voice box to hear what they have to say about the economy.
A lot of people are being left behind.
These are real people facing
Hater, be quiet.
I think we became a little bit too needy on the government, and we need to do for ourselves.
A great many people in the Bay Area are frustrated by the slow growth of the U.S. economy. The federal government says it grew just 2.5% from June through September. Consumer confidence in October fell to the lowest level since the height of the recession in 2009. Home prices are flat. Unemployment sits at 9% nationally. And many feel politics in Washington is playing a role in preventing it from getting any better.
I think the parties can have disagreements on principle. I think what we're seeing now, as compared to, say, 20 or 30 years ago, is an unwillingness for any sort of bipartisanship.
At the heart of the problem, a lack of jobs and stagnant wages. Is that a common experience that you've heard people applying for dozens and dozens of positions only to get 1 or 2 offers?
Actually, I've been applying to a few places recently. I applied to about 10 so far in the past week or so, and nobody's called me back yet.
Because of the excess at the top, because of the decline of the real value of minimum wage, the decline of union jobs, and so it's shrinking at the wages are shrinking at the bottom and growing at the top.
What they're trying to do is just reduce our wages because it was their business and they want to make profits.
The state unemployment rate hovers around 11%. The Bay Area as a whole is doing slightly better at 9%.
And one of my neighbor, she had to sell the house because they cannot afford to pay.
Home values in the Bay Area have plummeted more than 45% since mid-2007. That's when they were at their peak. The median price in the Bay Area in 2007 was $665,000. Last month, it was down to $365,000.
The big banks that were too big to fail are now too scared to make loans.
These taxpayers believe that now is the time for the banking industry to give something back.
Hold off on the foreclosures and evictions. Let these people pay what you can. Pay what you can, and they'll get back to it. These banks are going to survive. Corporate America is going to survive.
They want to see home loans readjusted to today's values.
The mortgage crisis wouldn't have happened if banks would have kept safe investments.
After all, they say it was taxpayer money that funded a federal bailout of the banking industry in 2008. That's just one of the ideas this group has to fix the economy.
Drastic change have to be made, and I think, the people on the top, all the way down, nobody wants to give up nothing.
If we're going to fix the labor market, we have to fix education. We keep making cuts to education. Kids aren't learning what they need to learn to enter the middle class. It's either you have enough money to earn a degree and make the big bucks, or you're stuck in below poverty level.
Everything you want is not going to come tomorrow. The president is not going to change everything just because he's president.
You can't wait for magic wand.
Exactly. There is no magic wand. This is reality. We have to work hard.
Really have to take a look at the labor market, things that can be done to fix the labor market, and not increasing the safety net service and that sort of thing. That's not really where the problem is.
How many of you feel, by show of hands, that it will be okay ultimately? That America will return to broader prosperity? Now, we want to hear what you have to say about the economy. Join in our online conversation by going to our Facebook or Twitter page.